My name's Ken.
What about your race?
I'm Caucasian.
How old are you?
46. I'll be 47 in March.
And your sexual orientation?
Gay male.
Cool.
Do you have other ways that you identify?
I've been homeless. I've been an IV drug user. Been clean for 17 years.
Could you just tell us your story about HIV? It's kind of a broad question.
Like I was telling you, Lisa, I was diagnosed December 23rd of 1994, HIV positive, in a treatment center. Well, when I got out, I had no doctor. I had to find one. I found a doctor that treated me for HIV. And then I found out through him that I had 2 months to live because I had no immune system. He threw me into not only an HIV category, he threw me into full-blown AIDS and told me that I had 2 months to live.
How did you feel when you got your diagnosis? Could you talk about that?
No, a lot of people say that you don't know your status or where you got it. It's like, no, you do know your status and you do know where you got it. I got it from somebody that felt like he needed to retaliate against people that were HIV negative. I was negative at that time, so therefore he was cutting holes into the condom, and I didn't find out about it until 4 years after he died.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living in San Francisco when I was infected, diagnosed in Bend, Oregon at the Ponderosa Treatment Center. I moved here and remained clean, met somebody that I'm still involved with, 15-year relationship. He's HIV negative. I'm HIV positive, and I hate the term serodiscordant, but that's the relationship I'm in. And he's just, you can't let the little things in life get you down. You can't.
How has being HIV positive affected your relationships? So with your family, friends, your community, and so on?
You find out who your friends are. But on one hand, I've got 3 friends. And it's because I've accepted the whole package. Me, the virus, my quirks, my moods. Other than that, it's like, granted, father issue still doesn't accept it. I mean, please, I'm his only son. His only son's HIV positive. But I've had more flack from family than I have friends.
What about with your partner?
Oh, everything's great with my partner. I got involved with somebody who knew about HIV and AIDS. So he knew the precautions and knew the signs, but he's cool with it. My father's the only person that has a problem with it. My uncle loves me, accepts it. My brothers accept it.
Do you feel like if there were opportunities to get tested in San Francisco that you would have?
Probably not. Probably not. I was too high on drugs. I didn't care. So, I mean, honestly, probably not. I was too worried about my next fix, not what test I'm going to go get done.
If you could comment on, times that you've been discriminated against or times you didn't have access to certain things because of being gay or being a user or being homeless, those kinds of things. I don't know if you could comment on that.
When I was first diagnosed, I needed to get a prescription of AZT. Oh, God. I could not find anybody that would loan me or give me $250 because they needed to get me started on my medications. Well, at that time, there was no assistance to get medications. And it's like, no matter how much you did, it was like, you turn around and it's like, no, I can't help you. No, I can't help you. But then turn around and find out that they just helped their heterosexual friend that has HIV too. I had talked to my father and asked him if I could have $250. And he had asked me why, and I told him, I said, I just found out that I was HIV positive. It's God's way of getting rid of your kind, is what I was told. So, but luckily, I had a stepsister that is now running one of the hospitals in San Diego as one of the head nurses. Well, everything that I was telling my dad, which was the truth, she was going behind and saying, Dad, Kenny's an addict. He's going to say and do anything he has to do to get his next fix. My dad's brother, my uncle, I went and talked to him and I told him, I said, Uncle Jim, I said, could you loan me this money? And he's like, well, didn't you ask your dad? I said, I asked Dad. And he says, no. I said, he told me it's God's way of getting rid of my kind of people. He said, bullshit. He went into an account that him and my dad have together, pulled the money out and sent it to me. And it's like, there's good people out there. You just have to find them. But he's coming around. And I think it's just for the simple fact my uncle told him, your son's going to die, and when he does, you're not going to have that final goodbye. And I think that's what snapped my dad into coming back around. My dad's true old school Roman Catholic. You can't change a Roman Catholic. You can't. Well, look at me. I tried to, and look. This is me. This is the package. I like myself. Take me or leave me, because I've already taken myself. So, but There's been times, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I was in treatment, and we all have to do the circle up, to where we all do the whole group, and people were trying to figure out why I was crying. Well, I had told everybody in the group that I had just found out that I was HIV positive, and the man that I had just shook hands with rubbed it up and down his legs and then excused himself so he could go wash his hands. I don't like that stuff. That's the criticism that I've gotten.
What do you want the younger generation to know about HIV?
It's not a death sentence anymore. We're not terminal anymore. We're chronic. We are treatable until you start throwing the drugs and the alcohol in there, and that's what defeats the whole purpose. So don't do it. It's all more mind over matter. So, I mean, I wake up every morning and I say hi to my virus. Yeah. I'm best friends with it. You kill me, where do you go? You're my host. But no, I've made friends with my virus. People think I'm weird, but you know what? I wake up to it, say goodnight to it. It's my friend, but I also remind it, you kill me, where do you go?